Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to Dark Cloud. I've done a lot of preparation for this. First and foremost, look, I got a new controller. You see, the one on the left, the blue one, that's the new one. And it's got a super tiny cord and it's been working amazing. I've already done a bunch of grinding with it. The one on the right, that's all clear and stuff, that's the one that I've had for the last few years, and it was pretty okay, but it's been dying a lot lately. So I got a new one. Second, I went and got Tone's 7th Heaven to +7. I could have actually upgraded this completely just to attach this so that everything was completely maxed. But then it wouldn't be 7th Heaven +7, so I didn't bother. It has Stop, Drain, and Critical. I don't imagine Stop or Critical will work, but Drain seemed pretty neat. It's actually on every hit, you get 3 to 4 health back. This sword is definitely not as good as the Chronicle Sword, because I think the Chronicle Sword capped at 270 attack and 150 MP. Everything else is the same, so it really is just a direct downgrade. But I've got 3 special things in it that are actually meaningful instead of the Thirst thing that just kind of messes us up. The rest is probably going to go into Osman, since it would just take so long to grind that much Gilda to get her ring just built up. I was thinking about getting her ring built up just by finishing those two, so that if I needed an individual ranged attack, like I did for the Dark Genie, instead of like a burst, like if I could only hit the knight one time, then I could just break down Osman's weapon and put it in hers, because this is the last fight, so Osman's weapon doesn't really matter anymore. But that would have taken eons. And I kind of feel like we're already really prepared for this anyway. See, we out-geared the Dark Genie and still barely won. I expect this to be dozens of times harder. There is one more thing that we need to do, though. And that is to pull out the man, the myth, the legend, Steve. Black Knight Pendragon. Steve. Say lots of Steve things, quickly. Oh, cool! Too cool, it's creating a totally different world. Okay, good. Ah, this is it, the coolness I was looking for. He has 2 swords! 2 swords! And riding a horse? Is that a horse? Well, it doesn't matter, it's cool anyway! I wonder what the name of the horse is. We cannot see the face of the knight because of his armor. Who is he? What's his face look like? Maybe Zhao's master knew him. It's too coincidental. Ha ha ha. And that right there is specifically why a lot of people think that the Black Knight Pendragon is Tone's father. I saw that when I was looking up the Chronicle Sword thing, that there was a Steve thing. I was like, that's too cool. I have to look it up. I think Osman might actually be the ideal one for this. Wait, you can't oof. It's okay, we have chicken for centuries. Yeah, you're actually hitting him. Sweet. This is probably going to take a long time. So bear with me, this is the Super Uber Boss, so unless I die and have to redo part of the fight, I'm not cutting anything out. Wait a minute. Isn't that like a lion? Steve, that's not what a horse looks like. At the very least, it's some kind of cat. We have provisions for days. I fully expected to die multiple times. And by multiple times, I meant 15. Starbreaker! I want to get a little bit closer so that I can do more damage, but I'm worried that that's going to keep happening. Where'd he go? You know what? If he goes through me fast enough, I wonder if I have the iframes for this. Tone, how much damage did you do? Don't do the slashy thing. If you do the slashy thing, it'll hit. Oh god. I don't think I can dodge it. Dash at me. 875. Well, that was probably more than what he was doing. Stop running away! Okay, don't run straight into me either. I can definitely see that Tone is definitely not the one to handle this then. But, I mean, he hits like 10 of Osmond's hits in one hit. That's freaking cool. I never would have expected something like that in this game. This is like the Disgaea overtime boss. Tyrant Overlord Ball. Or Bale. Whatever they call him. I think he was a mushroom person in 3. I've only ever played 2 and 3. Apparently 3 wasn't very popular. I really liked it though. You're so spinny. I mean, he's got to have tens of thousands of health, I am anticipating, because some of the enemies in there, I actually got kills on the first hit with the execute on Osmond's gun, and it did 15,000 damage, which I guarantee is more than the Dark Genie, because the Dark Genie took like 3,000 per hand, and then Ruby had to do like 1,000 or 2,000 damage to him. And then we hit him for like 5,000 again and he died. It doesn't add up to more than 15. I actually have multiple of the good repair powders as well. Like, when I said I was prepared to get kicked around, I meant I was prepared to get kicked around. There were a lot of enemies that you could steal this from, the Jokers. So I was like, dude, I'm gonna hoard up all the free chicken. And then I went back to the Fairy King and I was like, dude, can you hold this? And he was like, sure. And then I was like, I forgot to bring water. And then he was like, you shouldn't do that. And then I was getting thirsty. And I had absolutely no way to fix it because it's a mechanic I've been ignoring this entire game. All the way up to the bitter end. Finally, you can only do real damage when you're right next to him. You know what, actually, if it's gonna be like this, I think I will cut some of it out. Never mind, no cutting out to be... He can teleport! Tone, do manly things. Fight him! It's your destiny. I think? $577, but then you just get hit. There's only so many of those I can do. Can I get a charge attack? 875 and I didn't take damage. Hey, got him. I like this. I like this a lot. We're making use of the sword that I grinded again for. You know that, Tone? You have to be, like... If I didn't like you, dude, I wouldn't do this. I grinded all the way up to maxed out with the Chronicle Sword. And then I did it again. It is time and dedication that not everyone puts into stuff. Come on. That does like 12 durability. You're like some of the enemies, except not quite as hard hitting. I wanted to put endurance into his weapon. Oof. The first of many. Back it up. And revive. But unfortunately, the tuna was the only thing I could think of that actually had that. And at that point in time, I didn't actually know... Oh my god, I have a stamina drink. Tone, dude. I'm gonna totally use that on you. I didn't know that you could switch them between people. Tone, you'll take half damage and do double for a while. I'll take it. Wow, did that go over me? 1,700? Amazing. Why didn't I buy more of these? They're like 300. 1,700? Man, this is almost 200 a hit. This is great. See, I knew he was gonna have a boatload of health. I'm surprised that this is working so well. Like, he's so tall. Tone definitely did not take after his father in that regard. I mean, apparently some people think that this could be Arthur Pendragon as well, because his name is Pendragon. But in the chests in this dungeon only, apparently, you can get Aga's sword, which is only like a level 4 weapon, so it's not very good. But it's the sword that Tone's father had. You can only get it in this tower, it said. If you could have just walked a little bit closer. I don't know. When I saw that, I got really excited. I was like, that's too cool. I never even thought about that. And the arena at the top of a 100-foot tower. Not 100 foot. That wouldn't be very impressive. That's like 5 stories. But like, you know what I mean. Actually, why are those windows boarded up? I'm gonna do that repair thing. You have so much health. We're 11 minutes in. Granted, actually, you know what? I did explanation stuff at the beginning. That's total record time. I mean, I should have expected it to go this long. I apparently did overkill on the items. But I am much happier to do that than to be unprepared. Because after this, we can start Dark Cloud 2. That one actually has voice acting. Wow, he just went ballistic. I wish I could get his armor. It looks sweet. If only they actually updated that. I mean, even in Dark Cloud 2, like, getting new weapons changes your weapons, obviously. But getting new armor doesn't actually do anything. I don't think, anyway. Nah, what am I doing? I know there's like bracelets or something. That might change. I don't know. They added more stuff to it because you have less characters. They wanted to go for a quality thing. I also imagine that it had something to do with being able to afford voice actors for everything. I should definitely never go in for more than one hit. Okay, yeah, I saw that coming. I couldn't release it. It's okay, Osmond's here, and he can just keep reviving Tone every time I fail. Hopefully I don't fail that much. How do you do, dude? Oh my god. Could you just walk backwards and shoot him? Is this even faster than... Nope, it's too dangerous. Okay, so he only does the teleporty thing when you ranged him. He wants to fight you in melee combat. Still, Osmond does some pretty noticeable damage. We had to iframe it. I was a little too far away. There's the 875. He is sliding on ice. Waste your turn. I don't like that 110 damage thing. Are you throwing, like, shockwaves, or are you actually throwing your sword? Because that's pretty cool if those are just shockwaves. I don't know if any other enemy could do that. Tone's father was supposed to be, like, the greatest warrior ever. That's why Ngaga's people, like, worshipped him. Okay, didn't worship him, but they thought he was pretty awesome. So maybe he came here and got cursed? And then the moon blew him up. The Chronicle Sword 2. Chronicle 2 acquired. So I guess that's it. The Chronicle 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the most that you can have. You can put 5 things in it at any point in time, and it starts at half of everything? Well, I guess since the other one is maxed at everything, this is what I intended originally. I would break this down. 7th Heaven. and then I would put it in here. And max it all? Oh my god, does this not have a damage cap or something? 347 and it can still keep going? The MP isn't even done. How powerful could you get this? I almost want to level this up and then put Osmond's weapon in here and see how much farther it can go. But either way, this is the Chronicle 2, the super ultimate sword you get for doing all the bonus stuff in the game. We completed the long chain story quest thing. We did pretty much everything. Except for fishing. I did a bit of fishing, but the fishing is not what I remembered. I remembered the fishing being like, okay. It wasn't. It was so hard. They nibble forever, like it's like they simulated real fishing. It takes an eternity and nothing gets done. I must have had a lot of free time back in the day. Either way, this wraps up Dark Cloud 1. And we're going to move on to Dark Cloud 2 now, I guess. Since it's on the same console, so it'd be easier for me to get the stuff working. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody.